Waiting for our guest. Who's our guest? And we're live. I'm coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky. Now we're just waiting for Leah to hop on. We're going to have some special guests that pop in. I'm at a friend's house who has children that, they would prefer to keep the children off of live chats, which seems reasonable as a parent. I can agree with that. But the kids don't seem to understand that they don't need to be online. They're just not figuring that out. So that's where Leah would be sitting were she here, but she's not. So let me swing this around. Let me see if I can open it up. And Leah. All right, I'm waiting for you, Leah. Where are you, love? Swing it around and see what kind of view we get. A little bit of a delay. Always takes a minute to get set up. Leah, there's one watching now. Who's watching? Give a shout out to us in the comments there. Maybe let me know that that's who you are, because I can't tell without having you guys let us know who's online with us. And it could just be Leah trying to figure out how to get online. Usually we do this from Leah's phone. We're doing it from two separate accounts because, well, we're in two different places. So that's the only way we could do this. We were supposed to bring you a video this week, and it didn't seem to happen. So we're doing a live instead, which I guess could be the next best thing. Hey, there I am. Am I that red? Oh no. Did I get some sun? Some pulsing there on the camera. Can the camera focus at this distance? Can the camera focus? All right. It could just be me on this live if Leah doesn't catch up with us. So, people, where are you? We are in the United States again. I am currently in Louisville, Kentucky. And Leah is out there in Washington State. We are several hours apart in time. For those of you watching back in Taiwan, there are 4 distinct time zones in America, and I'm in the Central and she's on the West Coast. And timing is important, but that's a lot of America's big. It is so big. And of course, that's what we want to talk about tonight. Could we come back to the States and live again? Could we do it? It is a beautiful sunset. I wouldn't swing that around and show you again. Nice, lovely sunset out here on my friend's back porch here in Louisville, Kentucky. Doesn't really do it justice looking at it from 720p, and clearly the camera is having trouble focusing. But it's 8 o'clock nearly, and the sun is still out. No, it's what time is it where you are, Leah? Okay. Leah, I sent you the link, my love. Why don't you click on it? Is that not working for you? I'm not sure how to send you the link again, but I will try to find it. Thought you had it already. So clearly I jumped the gun, ladies and gentlemen. Leah is nowhere ready to go online, and I'm not sure how to send her this link. So Leah, I just don't know, love. Can I invite you in now in the middle of this? Can I go in? All right, folks, we're gonna try to get Leah on board with this here. Technologically challenged we are. We've never done this before, so bear with us. 5 minutes into a live without the best part, Leah. Leah, I'm gonna try to share this to you. I'm not sure how this is gonna. Leah, I don't see where I'm supposed to let you in, my love. I don't see where I'm supposed to do this. Waiting on you. Waiting on for a guest. Says I'm waiting for a guest. It says I'm waiting for a guest. Leah, did you log in and get up, get out, get gone, or did you log into Leah Lives Abroad? Because you should be on Leah Lives Abroad. Are you on your YouTube or our YouTube? Log in with your YouTube. There we go. Is that Leah Lives Abroad? Leah, my love.
Hi.
Hi. Are you using Leah Lives Abroad or Future Now?
I don't know. I saw the link. The link actually came through on our Google chat, Justin. So I don't know what you sent it to.
I sent it through Telegram, which is my preferred messenger. You just clicking buttons till something happens, right?
I'm here.
You're here.
I'm here.
Are you frozen?
Yes. What a beautiful
Okay, you are frozen, so it's good. You look good, so we can just keep this. You can just keep that going.
Say it to your wife, Justin.
What?
I said it's what you should be saying to your wife. You look good. Yeah.
Oh, you're my wife.
Oh, and you wore the black shirt. I love you in black.
Here we go. Well, we can just paint compliments to each other all day, but we're here chatting about something in particular. Leah, we saw each other for a minute in LA. Are you frozen? Are you there? Can I hear you?
I'm here.
All right. I'm not sure how. Yeah. Can you hear me? Actually, I want to test the mic. Can we just do this? Did you hear that? Okay. Okay, Leah. Hi. I'm looking at you on the screen over here because with the back camera over here, I can't see you. So again, never looking at the camera. As you can tell from almost every couple's picture we have, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking somewhere else. I don't know, to our future maybe. I can't tell. But I keep looking over here at you because that's where I see you right there. Because I refuse to use the front-facing camera when I have such a nice camera on the back of my phone. That's a waste, just a waste.
Then look into the phone. It's okay.
All right, Leah, could we live in America again?
That's our topic of discussion today.
Oh, I didn't tell you? Are you surprised at this? That's all I've been talking about.
We usually have these discussions when we hit stateside. We go through a little take an inventory of the pros and cons of it. So yeah. Is that today's topic of conversation? Could we live in America again? And that prompted it because you're in America.
My cravings for things that I crave food-wise, which is usually just junk food-wise and comfort food-wise, those cravings were met pretty early on. So once those cravings are all met, that's when I'm starting to think about moving back. You know, initially like, oh, I could do this because I can go here and get this yummy food. I can go here and get this yummy food. For those of you who don't know, I'm very food motivated. And I'm thinking I could go here and here, but those cravings were met so early, then I really had to start thinking about like living here. Is it possible? Because we had, you know, we may need to come back. We have aging parents, right? I'm at a house now that has a mother, you know, a grandmother living here with them. And that's just something to think about. And it could be that we need to return to the States at some point. And I'm struggling with the idea of living here. You're probably going to say you're fine because you're in Washington and you love Washington. Everything's great about Washington. But I'm in Kentucky right now. Not that I'm from Kentucky, but it's close enough to home. And it's still a particular location within the States that I may be in a polarizing position, ideologically speaking, with others more so here than I would be, let's say, in Washington State. Maybe. I don't know.
Sure.
I haven't been to
America's
Washington.
a big country. We don't have to stay in Washington and Kentucky.
Or Illinois.
Or Illinois.
All right. So there we go. That's it. Where could we live? Where could we live? I'm voting for Long Beach. Even if Rebecca and Renee leave, I'm voting for Long Beach because I've fallen in love with Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Yeah.
Long Beach. That's where I saw the $56 taco dinner. That Long Beach?
No, that was Kentucky.
That was Kentucky.
Look,
okay.
As a gesture, as a water drop in a bucket, I offered to buy lunch for my friend and his children. And we just got a tacos. And it was $50-something. And that brings us to the next topic, but you're jumping the gun on that. So
okay.
Long Beach. Long Beach is where you and I met.
You're saying Long Beach, and Justin, you know that there is no way that I can live in Long Beach. Are we talking as a couple? Like, are you fantasizing about your bachelor days? Because you know that I would not live in Long Beach. You and I have such different opinions about an ideal situation. I love being.
We have different opinions on everything.
I know.
So I don't think it matters. We're going to have to balance those opinions out. Here's the thing. You liked Long Beach.
I did like Long Beach.
Okay. It's cute, right? Good vibes. Yep. Is that what the kids say? Good vibes? I stole that from whatever, the 60s. But we also have taco trucks, and you and I could eat out for only $10. You've forgotten our tacos that we had late at night?
Justin, I have never paid so much for tacos since I have lived in the United States. I, too, have a taco truck in Washington with better tacos that I will take you when you come to visit and cheaper prices. For $5, you can get 5 tacos. Yours are 3 tacos for tacos like the size of my hand. They weren't
Listen to me.
What?
If you haven't visited this trip, don't go quoting any prices. If you didn't send me photos of you eating there since you've been back home, don't quote it because it's not for real. You don't know that.
I haven't been yet.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I've been stuffing myself with food since I have come back from America. That's all I've been doing.
Right. So, could we live here again? And what prompted this question for me is I was in the airport in Atlanta, right? Flying from LA to Atlanta, then over to Kentucky.
Okay.
And I heard a dad say to two children, you guys can just split the Coke. And the kid's like, Dad, it's not even a full-size Coke. And he's like, but it's an airport Coke, and that's all you get. And I was like, oh, I can't imagine the expense of traveling in the States with four, like that was a family of four, right? The mom didn't even come in the store. She probably just drank her own saliva and said, I'll get water when we land, So she, you know what I mean? Because that's how mom sacrificed, right? So I'll just lick the sweat off of my elbows, something, I don't know, whatever. So I was thinking about that. Then I was like, it's bad enough just for me. I'm having trouble paying these prices because what we earn in, where do we live? Taiwan. What we earn in Taiwan, we couldn't use that salary here. Now clearly we would make more if we lived here.
Correct.
But you have like a real like grown up job that you could go back to, right?
That's
I
correct.
don't think
Yeah.
so. You have a career.
Yeah, I do.
I don't. I'd have to go back to hustling, and I don't want to go back to hustling. I don't want to go back to that lifestyle. So this is why I think if you want a house husband, I could live in Long Beach, and that would work out. But otherwise, if I have to go back to hustling, I don't think I'm built for that anymore. I think I'm I've matured, I've mellowed. Come on, you're supposed to be telling me with this stuff. Why? Well, you're supposed to be telling me how I've changed.
I thought we were talking about we were moving back to America.
I know, but it's contingent upon our ability. Do you think I can just, what am I going to do for work?
Justin, there are so many things that you love doing that I think actually being abroad has brought out different talents in you that I don't think you necessarily knew about because there was no opportunity in America to present you with having the freedom to make those choices that you could definitely do back here in America. You say that you teaching abroad that you prefer not to teach small children, but you are wonderful with kids. You have an acumen for business. Like there's so many things that I see that
I think it's business abroad,
that don't necessarily have to be a hustle culture.
I think it's business abroad, but I don't know. Like, I mean, I have to make some money. We have to hit the ground running. I have to do something.
You are an extrovert. You could bartend. You heard about the salaries that my daughter's friend was making just from bartending on the weekend. You know that you like people. You know that you're an extrovert, and
I have to get
know
my
that you
done.
are an ideas person. Wait, let me finish. So with those talents, I don't think that you would necessarily be working a traditional corporate job, and I don't even know if you still consider success having a corporate job that equates to the salary that equates to a successful life in America. But you and I have totally redefined what we consider success. You and I have totally redefined. We've been coming back to America with financial freedom. That's something that a lot of people don't have, like, no debt or something. We've been coming back with a different slate than what people are dealing with now.
Right, but that doesn't mean we would do like that. There would still be the challenge of being here with that mindset, and where that mindset is not cultivated, where that mindset is not nurtured, where that mindset is not even accepted or even believed in. So we would be coming back, I feel like, and just be met with difficulty after difficulty after difficulty, met with wall after wall after wall after wall. Those things that we think about, and the way I think about business is in an international setting, not so much in a domestic American settings. So I don't know.
If you're not wanting to do the traditional thing, and you're not,
I've never done the traditional thing. I've been hustling forever.
Isn't that what you did with hustling? So how would that be any different than you hustling before you left America versus coming back to America with a set of developed talents that you were able to explore while you were abroad? I think that's a whole different thing, Justin. And you and I have agreed that if we ever had to come back to America to take care of our parents, we're not building a $300,000 home. We're not living a conventional lifestyle to begin with.
Say it out loud. Say it out loud. Commit to it. Say it out loud. We're going to build
Either like the van life or a tiny home.
Container home, yes, container home
Yes.
or airport shuttle bus home. There you go. It's out there.
Whatever.
It's on record. We're
And
committed.
that still allows us the freedom to be able to travel as much as we wanted to get remote work. Like, I don't think the same thought process of you surviving in America is the same business plan that you'd be putting together if we had to come back. I could definitely come back to America. I miss it. I don't miss the expense of it, but I do miss it.
I miss some people. And I really did enjoy Long Beach this time. I mean, even Rebecca said I mean, I have a different approach. I've kind of mellowed out a little bit, which everyone told me would happen with age. I think I had to have brain issues before I could mellow out. I think I had to have a health scare before I mellowed out. I don't think I could have just done it without that. And so, for the better, I have mellowed out, according to Rebecca and Renee. We had a much better time this time. We didn't have any headbutting whatsoever, because eventually, people can take me in small doses. I get that. I understand. But now I think they can take me in longer doses, like a fine wine, if you will. No?
My mom is really looking forward to seeing you. You're also not going to get home cooked black food living in Asia. Like, she has the whole spread laid out for you. Catfish, ham hock, beans, and cornbread. You're not going to get that living if we stayed abroad. So, there's a plus.
There's a plus. The people are the plus. But then again, I feel like the people are what make living in Taiwan so great too, by the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think we always end up coming back to people on everything, by the way. I guess we're just, I like people, Leah.
I know.
I like people. I don't like systems. I don't like circumstances, but I like people a lot. So anyway, all right. Where would we live? I say Long Beach or in the desert. In a van, not down by a river, but on a plateau that gets a nice breeze. A step, if you will. And then I could get a job doing something. But I just think that it has to be like, I feel like I can't have a job that has rules to it, expectations from other people. Anyway, this is about me. You can step back into your old job. You could probably get hired today at your old job. You could probably call somebody and be like, yo, I'm back.
I'm having lunch with my old boss later this week. Yeah.
Oh, well, tell her I said hello and tell her again, thank you for smuggling me some stuff back into Taiwan. It was legit. It was above board. No one report us, please. It was a joke. Please don't report us. No one's smuggling anything. So, yeah, you can step right back in and be fine. And that would be, I think it would be enough money for both of us. I could be a great house husband. I would really, really start a house, and I would like to grow microgreens.
Oh God, we're back on that again. Yeah. All right, love. I think you could do it. Don't look at me like that. I think you could do it.
And I want to partner up with your son to do microgreens.
I think that could be doable.
Yeah. Microgreens. We just need, one small container to start out with, and then we expand, and then we get some. Yeah, I got a plan.
Until the FDA comes and be like, "Hey, you're taking away pharmaceutical profits from our pockets."
Maybe. I don't want to get Nipsey hustled. Speaking of hustling, they came after Nipsey because of Dr. Sebi, right? The documentary he was doing. That's what I think, but no more conspiracy theories because that's real.
That's not the topic we're talking about, Justin.
We could, though. I could totally talk about Nipsey Hussle.
I know you could, love. That's why I'm reeling it back in.
But Dr. Sebi was onto something. Okay. All right. I'm back. I just wanted to say that for the record. Just like you committed to living in a container home or a shuttle bus. So we have both of those on record now. Could we live in America again? Yes. Yes, we could. That answers the question, right? That answers the question. Could we? Yes. Am I prepared to? No. Am I ready to? No. Are you ready to? Could you just pick up and be like, I'm home? Yeah. Could you?
Yeah.
We are never on the same page. Like, seriously, like, we're never on the same page. So, all right. I think I don't know. I don't know how to wrap this up because I'm a little concerned that, yeah, I'm concerned if we come back to the States, we won't be able to travel the way that we'd like to. Maybe just be in this hemisphere. You know what I mean? And
North America?
No, North and South, Central and South America.
Or I meant America. The
Yeah,
North America.
the Americas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some great places to go. Don't get me wrong, there's some great places to go, but yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So that's the big question. Can we? Yes. Should we? That's a different topic for another time. Should we come back?
It is a different topic.
I'll come back when I'm needed. How about that?
Okay.
Is that fair?
I don't know, Justin, is it?
So for the audience that is watching this, you need to understand that this is an opportunity for us to kind of like, I wouldn't say this was necessarily therapy, but this was definitely a couples talk. Like I'm seeing some things differently now. You've got me thinking a little bit differently. And I feel like we commit ourselves. We have to be true and honest because we're always true and honest on this platform. You know what I mean? So now we have to be like very, very forthcoming and forthright about what we're saying. And we can always hold ourselves accountable to what we've committed to the record, if you will, now.
You know, it doesn't have to be a commitment either. It can always be an ongoing and evolving discussion because you and I have those a lot because we're not on the same page and we have to make sure that we're understanding where each other is coming from. It could always be an evolving conversation. I mean, at one point when we were thinking about coming back to America, remember when we ran the scenario about if our parents were ill, what would be the best way to live close enough to them? And we said, well, if we weren't going to go back to America, then we would go to South America, where a trip is really fast for for them to be able to get home to. Or if we needed to bring our parents to us, we could do so without, the long ride going, like to Asia or other places that we were considering. So maybe it's not so much America as it is access to the things that we have come to appreciate about this country and the things that we love, which I know that you don't think that you do, but I think the country or the city that you left before may have influenced the way that you feel about America. But I still think that America is a great country for all the things that
I don't
have the privilege.
Hold up.
What?
Time out.
What?
Don't make it sound like I hate America. I'm just still mad. I'm mad at America.
You should look over at your computer right now and see the side eye that I'm giving you. All right, you don't hate America, but what?
No, well, first of all, if I didn't love America, I would renounce my citizenship. You know what I mean? We have a lot of great freedoms in America that we've witnessed people that we live with in other countries don't get to do.
Right.
Things that we find normal, they're like, that is so not acceptable by our society or our government or whatever. I mean, we've lived in a communist country for crying out loud. Yeah. Like, I appreciate having an American passport. I don't want to take that power for granted because that is a very powerful document to have internationally. I mean, I could go on and on about how limited people from Africa are, all the different countries in Africa, how difficult it is for them to travel anywhere to seek out any opportunity elsewhere. And we know a lot of South Africans that want to come teach other places and how limited they are on where they can go and what they can do because their passport doesn't hold the same power ours does. But that's not why that's not why I still appreciate America, is because of just the passport alone. But it is the society that reared me. It has formed and informed my political ideology, right? And that is a part of me. I'm still just angry right now. So I don't want you to make it sound to let everyone viewing think that I don't love America. When everyone gets super excited about coming to America, I kind of want to temper their expectations down so they don't spend a lot of money to come there and then, have a terrible situation. So I would encourage them to travel elsewhere first.
Yeah, I see some comments that are coming in that says that there are too many guns in America. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's
we don't even agree on that. We don't even agree on that.
Dodo. Thank you. That's you know what? Interesting you bring that up because that's one of the reasons why I left America was because of the amount of guns. I got tired of getting guns pointed in my face, and it doesn't happen every day, but it happens. I mean, you just got to look at the numbers. I don't care what anyone says. You can't argue with the numbers that are out there, and that as a developed nation, as a leading world power, for us to have this kind of societal issue does not bode well for our future, does not bode well for our international relations, and it's a little embarrassing sometimes. But out of respect of Canadians, I've stopped saying that I'm Canadian when I travel because they really don't appreciate that. And it's not fair to them. And it's just not fair to Canadians because they don't have a gun issue. They don't have the problems. I mean, Canada's not perfect by no means. I mean, it still is just America's hat. Just kidding. But, the gun thing. I don't want to come up because of that.
I agree with Dodo that gun violence is a huge issue here, and I think that the amendment that allows us to carry guns versus the mental health crisis that's going on here that people are not acknowledging are the reasons why we are having these gun issues. There's so many layered issues about gun rights that I don't think I just think that there's a bigger issue going on than the guns.
It's not merely the Second Amendment. It's not merely that Second Amendment is what people are arguing. They're arguing around that because, anyway, I don't want to get into that discussion here.
But I agree, Dodo. I agree that there's a crisis going on here with gun issues. But I think that there's a bigger issue other than just the guns. But
I know, but you haven't. But that's one of the major reasons why I don't want to come back. I just don't.
Or you could carry.
I don't want to. But I am a different person. You did mention this earlier. I am different. I don't involve myself in other people's business as much as I used to. Right?
Yes, I don't. A lot. Good job.
I have taken myself down off the Savior's cross, so I'm no longer trying to be a white savior, I guess. I have changed that, so maybe that would keep me out of harm's way by not involving myself in situations. But then again, there's so many times I'm just minding my own business, trying to make a living in New Orleans, and then blah blah. Hey,
you know what? Here's the great thing: you don't have to go back to New Orleans. We could choose another state. There's a whole bunch of them to choose from. So yeah,
I think there's 50 of them, right?
Huh?
I think there's 50 of them, right?
Yeah.
So, although never mind, I'm getting too political here. I got all kinds. We can change this number of states real fast.
Yeah, Dodo made a comment that says guns cause too much trouble in America. So I'm going to counter that with irresponsible gun owners make trouble in America.
Yeah. Because I will say this. There are responsible gun owners and there are idiots. And unfortunately, our laws don't protect everyone from the idiots that have guns. And access to guns is an issue, but I'm not for taking guns away from people, but I am for restricting who has access. So I guess I'm going to just put my political leanings out there right now or whatever. But I think that's an issue that I, just like I've never wanted to tell someone they can't smoke, but I've wanted to regulate where they can smoke so it doesn't affect me. I don't want to tell anyone that, what they can and cannot eat, but I don't want them serving at school cafeterias unhealthy food. Like there's just certain things that we do that protects our citizens that are reasonable. Seatbelts, have to carry insurance to drive, have to be a certain age. All these things can be applied to gun ownership, and it's this political theater that gets in the way of making true change for gun reform. It's just a bunch of political theater.
And ignorance. I forgot what country it was where they made you do it tell me what you think about this, Dodo. Where they made you do a mental evaluation. You had to go through a 3-month mental evaluation and you had to take you had to take lessons on learning how to shoot a gun, and you had to wait a year before I think it's Japan or something where they did that. I think that
Japan doesn't have any guns. No one has allowed guns in Japan. This would have to be.
That's not true. They do. It's just really, really difficult to get.
No one has guns.
No one needs guns in Japan. No.
Okay, you know what? I'm Googling this. Yeah, no one needs guns in Japan. Well, we were only there for like 18 hours, but my goodness, we've got to go back. Did you break it to Devin that we're going to go back without her?
No.
Oh, sorry. She doesn't
Devin
watch
is
us.
my
That's
daughter.
okay.
She wants to go to visit Japan. No, I didn't break that to her. Way to go.
She doesn't watch us, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Guns in whatever. I don't think whatever. I'm not looking this up. I'm not getting distracted. Can we live in America? Yes. Do we want to live in America? Not right now.
No, don't speak for we. You don't want to live in America right now. I can come back tomorrow.
We're supposed to be a team, you and me.
We are a team. That's why we're discussing the pros and cons.
On a recorded live format so that we're held accountable.
Okay. Like I always said, it can always be a developing conversation. So there you go.
All right. So those of you that have joined us or are watching this on the replay, comment below. Do you have any interest in visiting America? Did anything we say in here dissuade you from visiting America? Because maybe that's not fair. I've never been a tourist in America. I've never come here. You know, even for as long as we've been gone, I have a little bit of reverse culture shock having come back last year. Although last year didn't count because I was sick. I get a do-over. This is my first, I really count this as my first year back since 2016 because this is where I truly, really got to engage my friends in Long Beach, and I'm really, truly going to get to engage my mom when I come back and hang out with my friends here in Kentucky, and then meet up with you and your family in Washington. And I feel like this is really should be count as my first return since 2016. But I have never played tourist here. I wouldn't know what it'd be like to come here as a tourist.
You're
I think
not
it'd be difficult.
Tourist. You're a citizen.
I know, but I'm thinking like, we're sitting there talking about America and people that watch our channel, we want them to be travelers, right? We want people to get up, get out, and get gone. I just wonder if I can find any way to encourage them to come to America because it's so big. Where do you go? It's so expensive. How can you afford it? But yet we have been selling our pop culture to the world for 70, 80 years. So to other travelers, people want to come to America. But I tell them, that's a topic for another time. Visit us in America.
Yeah, you're starting to break up.
Okay, that means if we're trying to break up, this off, Leah.
As always, we thank you guys so much for joining us. Dodo, thank you so much for your input. We really appreciate it. And as always, we leave you with this question. When was the last time you did something for the first time? It is never too late to get up, get out, get gone. We thank you guys for joining us. We are going to be here at home for another 3 weeks, Justin? 2 weeks? Is it 2 weeks? Oh my gosh,
2 weeks.
It's going by so fast. We're going to be here for another 2 weeks. We're sorry we didn't bring you guys a video last week. It's just been a whirlwind. We've just been hitting the ground running. But we will be continuing to bring you videos in the future. So thank you so much for joining us. What is time but an imposed human construct? Okay. We're signing off. Goodbye.
How do we sign off? I don't know how. Look, the sun hasn't even set yet. It's almost 8:40 over here in Kentucky.
Dude, yeah. I know the sun doesn't set here until almost 10 o'clock. It's wonderful.
Yeah, no. I think the sun should set at 8. I don't know why. Just seems weird to me.
You look like you have a good enough spot to catch the Perseid meteor shower tonight, Justin. If you could see it, you should go see it. It was amazing.
Maybe there's a lot of bleed over from the city, though. We're still just in a suburb within the city.
White noise. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it, but we do.
Okay.
We have a clear sky. It was amazing last night. I can't wait for tonight. All right,
maybe you should post something on Instagram so people can come find you on Instagram and look at your media shower pictures.
Okay, my Instagram is
clearly don't have them.
I'll be posting my media pictures. All right, I'm out.
All right, toodles. Love you.